Hello, everybody. Logan Phillips here, your state representative, District 24, which is Mounds, Bixby, Glenpool, and northern Okmulgee County. It's been about a week and a half since we've been able to do one of these legislative update videos, and before I get too far into the week and everything gets overwhelmed, figured I might as well do it right now, especially with everything that's been going on, and we got a lot of things in the fire right now. To update you, I do apologize. Yesterday I was not able to be at the Capitol. For those that followed me on my page, Easter Sunday, my entire herd of cattle got out, broke free, and went on a 2-day journey. And so yesterday I was on horseback with my wife and my wonderful neighbors. Kirk Soul was able to come out and help us wrangle those cows back to the farm. We eventually found them on one of another neighbor's fields about a mile down the road, and were able to get those back. So I did miss some votes yesterday. I do apologize about that. Unfortunately, the farm took priority in getting my herd back and that kind of stuff. So cows are back. All things are good. If you follow me on Facebook, I'm sure you saw my request. If you see them, please let me know. But they're all back at the house. Now today we had an incredibly eventful day at the Capitol. We had the Taiwanese delegation from the country of Taiwan come to the state, be recognized for our 40-year friendship between the democracy of Taiwan and our nation. They're our 9th largest trade partners. We do hundreds of millions of dollars of trade with them every year. And we're trying to grow our markets so that we can ship off our agriculture goods, open up new markets for our small business, and bring in manufacturing back to Oklahoma. So that's a huge, huge win for Oklahoma. We visited across the whole state today with those guys, from the Lieutenant Governor's office to the Speaker Pro Tem to the President Pro Tem to the Speaker's office. We covered the gambit, making sure those relationships are nice and good. And we are working on creating what is called the Southeast Asia Economic Trade Office. That bill has passed the House. It's been unanimously accepted across the board. It's now in the Senate, and we're working on making that a reality, which again will be a huge economic boom to the state of Oklahoma. In the House today, we also passed a huge bill, which is creating a battery manufacturer at the Mid-America Industrial Park. Sorry, it has been a long day, and I'm probably going to slip on my tongue and my words here a little bit. That's going to bring in about 4,000 high-paying jobs in manufacturing to Oklahoma and create an anchor industry for our technology sector to build around. So that is going to be a massive, massive win for the state of Oklahoma. So happily voted for that bill this morning. It took about 3 hours of debate and questionings, but it came off the House floor. And then we again went around the Taiwanese office to everyone's different offices and different groups and met with all those wonderful people. Now, this week, next week is a big deadline week. So we've made it through committees, chambers of origin. We made it now past through the committee process for all bills. Now we're hearing everything on the House floor. So we're hearing currently the Senate bills on the House floor. Now we have 2 weeks of deadline weeks to hear those off the House floor. So this is the final really mechanism before they go to the governor's desk. So we have 2 weeks of deadline week. Anything that doesn't pass off the House floor this next 2 weeks or the Senate floor the next 2 weeks will effectively be dead. There is another process right after that, but we have 2 weeks left to do any type of policy legislation that we have. We have 7 bills of legislation still in play right now. We have everything from creating a drone industry to building out the broadband office. We have everything going for creating a Southeast Asia trade office, personal rights, creating military vehicles so we can use those in our parades. We have a lot of great bills running out there. And again, if you want, I can break them down to a list, whatever questions you have on those. But we have 7 bills still in play that have made it through the process so far and are now sitting on the Senate. If they get signed and voted on over there, then they'll move to the governor's desk for his either signature or veto. Now, after this 2.5 weeks, we will go into the final section of the legislative process, and that is budget negotiations. And so our wonderful A and B chairmen have already been working on that. Representative Wallace is our ABN chairman. So they are dealing with the budget right now, but as soon as we finish policy, then we'll go into the most important aspect of the job of a state representative, which is setting the state budget. And so we'll start having those arguments, those agreements, and modifications until we get a good, solid state budget. One thing to realize, Oklahoma is a little unique in the nation. We are required to have a balanced budget. We can't take a deficit in Oklahoma at all. And so anytime we pass a budget, it has to equal out to zero at the end of the year. Whatever we budget is what we spend. we get a nice balanced budget that way. So that will be dealt with in the next few weeks after that. So we got all together about 4.5, maybe 5 weeks left of session, and then we are done with this final legislative session, which is a huge, huge deal. Now, with the end of session comes some big pieces. We'll have that budget negotiation. We'll have all the bills going to the governor's office for signature or veto. And so if there's any pieces of legislation that you still have questions on or in the process, realize that things can change pretty quickly. Always send me those questions. I'm happy to answer them. I'm happy to take your phone calls. You can always call me at 918-849-1512. I am your state representative and I want to help. So if you see something in a headline or something doesn't make sense, send me information. If you think I should vote one way or the other, send me that information. But always be a good advocate and make sure I know both sides of the argument. So if you see a bill, I want to know what the good about it is and what the bad about it is, because my job up here is to argue. All right, next on that, we had a wonderful time in Glenpool this last weekend. Time's getting away from me. I'm pretty sure it was last weekend. Might have been last week, Thursday or so. We were able to go to the chamber banquet. It allowed us to be a guest speaker. And got my wonderful Glenpool Derek on my shoulder or patch right now. I want again to speak out to Glenpool. Thank you so much for inviting me in, letting me speak. And they're not the only town. We have wonderful towns in our district. Bounce has reached out. We had the PLAC, the Bixby Chamber. We will start having a lot of campaigning going on because we're going into campaign season. Now, from my perspective, mostly what I've tried to do is inform you because you elected me to be at this job. And so during the time frame of this job, I'm not trying to campaign. I'm trying to keep you as an informed citizen so you can go about your day, do what's right, be good advocates, and make sure that the state of Oklahoma is moving forward. But session's coming to an end. We have an election come June 28th. I am running for re-election. We do have a couple challengers at this point in time. So you're going to see things start popping up like candidate forums, debates. If you have a group that would like to host a candidate forum, would like to host a fundraiser, would like to host a meet and greet, would like to host a debate, I'm all for it. I've always been transparent about how I vote, why I vote. I've always been transparent on how I get to you and that my voice is your voice. So if you would like me to come into your organizations, I am here for you and I want to hear from you. I've had a great run over the last 4 years with my old district, which is Okfuskee, Hughes, and Okmulgee counties. I have been involved, engaged, and they have welcomed me, and I got to speak and help so many people. It was truly the greatest experience that I've had in my life. So I would like to continue that with the new district, and you guys are just now getting to know me. If you have an event, tell me when the event is. And I promise you I'll try to make sure I'm there if at all possible. I know we have a new couple businesses going into the Mounds area. They're opening up tomorrow. We have a marijuana dispensary going in as well as a t-shirt shop. When those doors open, you guarantee I'll be there. I want to support those small business startups. You'll see me around those. And I want to give a huge shout out. Our new feed store on 75 Beeline Feed, you guys are doing a killer job. Go out, they have their events on Saturdays, they're doing farm swabs, they have a great assortment of feed, they got birds. If you're in Okmulgee County or anywhere that does farm equipment, go check them out. They have been fantastic. They're a wonderful addition to our community. Beeline Feed off of 75 and 221st Street. Go check them out. All right, guys, election is June 28th. I do hope that you'll vote for me. If not, I'm still your representative until I'm not. So ask your questions. You like me, you don't like me. You're a Democrat, you're a Republican, you're a Libertarian. I'm here to represent you guys while I'm here, and your knowledge, your voice matters to me. Now, I am a Republican running for a Republican seat, so I tend to vote Republican, but I want to hear what you guys have to say because good knowledge can come from a variety of places. So guys, reach out to me, let me see, let me hear. Now, just a little PSA this morning, I got a phone call, or several phone calls from Glenpool about a screaming, whistling sound. They were just cleaning out the pipeline, which is a high pressure line. They're about to do some upgrades to it, which will allow them to send out faster oil or whatever that particular pipeline had in it. So that was finished this morning. There was no emergency, no environmental damage, no risk to you guys at all. They're just degassing a line so they can do upgrades to it. And I've been told about the wastewater smell coming from Glenpool. I've been told about the bridge issue in Bixby. I've been told about the 171st area and the traffic issues. Of course, the traffic issues in Glenpool. I hear those issues. We are now working on them, but they are long-term fixes. I'm trying to find information out about the wastewater smell and if there's something we can do to fix that as well. So guys, if you see something in the community that you think I can help with, reach out to me, because even if I can't help, I can probably point you in the right direction to make sure we get our community the resources it needs. So guys, I hope you have a wonderful, fantastic Tuesday. I didn't sleep for 2 days, so I have one more meeting this evening, and then I'm going to bed and wake up tomorrow for another long day at the Capitol. If you see a bill, you have questions about it, let me know. If you have comments, concerns, let me know. I'm here for you, and I want to hear from you guys. Remember June 28th election. I'm Logan Phillips, your state representative, and I hope you will vote for me come June 28th. Otherwise, I'll see you in the community, and I'll see you on your doorstep. Bye, guys.